Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FJ Media. For those people who have not subscribed to FJ Media, make sure you touch the subscription bell. After you have touched the subscription bell, YouTube will be automatically notifying you when you upload our latest video. So today, Embu Governor Cecil Mbarire was grilled by Public Accounts Committee. In case you missed it, let's watch how Governor Mbarire was grilled today in Senate.
Relevant documents, the project file, the original documents were not provided to us. We suppose that during procurement, not one original document is submitted to the county. There are like 3 copies at least of the original documents. So minus the original documents, we could not be able to confirm the status. They have not been provided to us, Chair.
OIG, this 219 million that you have cited, it was paid in which financial year?
This financial year, 2024-2025.
2024-2025.
Yeah, that figure, we got it from the bank statements, Chair.
And yet the fire was in June 2024.
Yes, Chair.
So what is the relationship? Because if you made subsequent payments of 219 million after the fire, then you must have made them on the basis of some documentary evidence. Why is the fire becoming
It is the tender documents that were burnt. But all the other documents, as I've mentioned, the payment vouchers, project subject file, project status reports are there. What burnt was the tender documents.
You have cited tender documents, payment vouchers, project files, bid documents, financing agreement. So if you deduct tender document from that cocktail, do you have the rest of the documents?
We have the subject files, Chair. But the tender documents, that one and the original vouchers, they are not there. They were burnt.
Governor, you see, the reason why we are saying we are not doing an audit today, what you ought to have demonstrated, because the auditor has listed the documents that were not provided. What stops you from saying, honorable members, I provided those documents, they are in Appendix 2?
What stops? Sorry again.
Why didn't you just say that, honorable senators, we provided the invoices, less the tender documents, we have provided them to the Auditor General, and we have attached a copy in our written submissions as Appendix 2. Because how do we now confirm? How do we confirm that you gave them to the Auditor General without visibility of what you shared with the Auditor General?
Chair, can I confirm to ensure those documents are here tomorrow?
No, that would be new evidence, and it can't come after the meeting. Auditor
Chair.
General, can you confirm that you have the documents?
Besides the tender documents.
Yeah, with the exception of the tender documents.
The information I have that is that the payment vouchers, project subject file and project status report, and the agreement document between national and county government were provided to the auditor.
OIG?
Thank you, Chair. We have the subject file. We have copies of the payment vouchers. However, the original documents is what we don't have. We may not be able to confirm minus the original document because copies.
You are
what's a specific
original documents of what?
Tender documents. The tender documents.
But those are the ones that burnt, Chair. That's what I'm trying to say.
Governor, let's not harass the auditor. The auditor is prosecuting a case.
Sorry, I can't harass a fellow lady like me.
If you would have been a man, you know you have to be very careful.
I also can't harass a man.
Because if it would have been a man,
I'm harmless. I'm harmless. but
Sifuna was peaceful. Now you have aroused him.
I don't know if that is the correct word. Chair, you are now getting even into more problems.
English is a problem. You have roused him.
You have awakened him.
Senator Sifuna, you wanted to make an intervention.
I just wanted to give the auditor guidance. When you use the word document and we are confused as to which document, you don't have what you have. You just say, we have original copies of the payment vouchers, the project files, bid documents. What original document don't you have? If it is the tender documents, the governor is saying they were banned in, which is, we've been told that people in that region don't do maandamano. It's very surprising that there was maandamano. I don't know what was going on.
Chair,
so that is the guidance I want to give her.
Chair.
Okay.
Looking at the audit query, the OAG is very specific that management indicated that the tender documents had been banned during demonstrations. What I expected from the governor is an initiative to show that if these tender documents were banned, for example, that they should have provided a report to the police station, probably an OB, the indication of reconstruction of these tender documents. Number 3, her due diligence to ensure that the fact that the tender documents had been banned in Embu town, there has been a proof or a demonstration to ensure that that thing is realized. Because, Chair, even when Kitui Finance Department, I think it was Nyamira County Assembly was banned, the DCI was able to reconstruct the documents until the entire process was completed. In any case, Governor, I thought these tender documents come in triplicate, for example, where the governor retains or the entity county government, the contractor, and I think there are normally 3. So the issue of availing of the original tender document should not be an issue. So, Governor, can you provide with us the indication and demonstration that you tried to reconstruct this issue of tender documents and whether it was recorded anywhere in any investigations within the police? And finally, Chair, you should also indicate to us, you are one of the counties that is almost completing this KIPES project. So many governors who have appeared before us, some are pro or against, some others indicate that they were rushed to it, others say they have heartedly supported it. What is the economic value to the great people of Embu County? I yield back, Chair. That will be my 2 questions.
Okay, before you respond, Senator Mundigi.
Okay, Chairperson, siungi gavana mkono, lakini mnajua hata Senate. Bwana speaking Chairperson, mimi mwenyewe wakati
you are not supporting her now or
yes, global? I'm not supporting the governor, but I want to make a comment about this. About how was happened. Wakati moto iliingia katika maandamano ikachoma ile county office, mimi mwenyewe niandika statement na nikaleta kwa Senate na nikasema security pia team iende ifanye upelelezi, na hapo tutunde hajaenda kuangalia ile nyumba. Kwa hivyo nikusema ukweli, nikiwa senator wa Embu County, ati nyumba ilichomeka na ikachoma document zote. Ofisi ya county ikachomeka wakati wa maandamano. Wewe unakuwa maandamano, Embu ilikuwako kali sana. Kwa hivyo hata sasa wakati niandika statement nikasoma, nikakuja Senate nikaleta document, lakini hata Senate yenyewe haikuchukua jukumu ya kwenda kuangalia vile ilifanyika Embu. Kwa hivyo upande mwingine na accuse senators, hata committee yenu kwa sababu haikuenda kuangalia. Ya pili, mambo ya document, mambo ya
wacha Senator Mundigi amalize, wacha amalize.
Hiyo industrial park, industrial park ya Embu County, industrial park ya Embu County iko around 85 to 90% kuisha. Problem ni document, lakini natoa ushuhuda ati ofisi ilishomeka.
Chair, maybe I can respond to the issues raised.
Yeah, we'll give you the opportunity.
Mwenyekiti,
yes.
Ingekuwa vyema kama senator wa Embu angetuambia ni kamati gani ilitakana kwenda kufanya uchunguzi, kwa sababu kusema kamati hii haikuenda kuangalia, sisi kamati ya public accounts hatuko na mambo kama hiyo.
Hatuna uwezo wa kuzima moto.
Correct.
Senator Lelekwe, then Senator Dula.
Chair, I think it will be easier for us to construct to get that tender documents from the contractor. I believe the contractor is there. That's why you're reporting that 80 to 90% of the project is almost complete. So we can be able to get that document from the contractor.
Chair, actually, in our meeting as we were going through this report with the team, I did actually tell them that it is possible to reconstruct that tender document by talking to the contractor, because they must have a copy of the tender document.
Governor, so, that dawned on you just this week?
When we went through it, because I had hoped that they had reconstructed, but they hadn't.
Yeah, because,
we had agreed quite a while back.
Because you see the danger, you are paid 219 million in that year without a tender document as a point of reference. So the reconstruction is not something that it should not have been a eureka moment just this week. Because what were the payments based on? If
maybe we want to clarify that the auditor is in investigation is only talking about original document, and original document that was burnt down, but there is a copy document, and that is the document that we are able to process even those payments and also keep records. The contractor also has a copy of what he submitted, the winning contractor. But to get the original document as the auditor is requesting, that is, that's the difference.
I think we get the point. Senator Dulo?
Chair, I think the matter has been clarified. If they have the copies of the document which can be actually verified, is enough. What we wanted the governor to say is that we are reconstructing the tender documents.
Yes.
Number two, we have reported to the police, and this is the OB number. So that should be enough. Actually.
Chair, what happened in Embu County in June 2024 is not a small matter. You know, our office was literally burnt inside. From outside, you wouldn't have thought there were ashes in there. And it's only last week on Friday that we've been able to get back to that office. We've had to, renovate, or is it rebuild the inside slowly because of it also caught us at a time when we did not have money. But so we definitely reported the arson immediately to the police, and we listed down all the files that had burnt inside. We had a room where we had stored all these files, and so that's actually what happened. So we did report. We have an OB number. The DCI promised to investigate. We've really never gotten to the bottom of the matter to date.
Yeah, so I think there's a substantive issue around insurance of government property, substantive issues around asset and risk management. We'll deal with them at the tail end. I think that the last point now you should deal with is we are told that you have paid about 438 million out of 500 million on this.
I'll ask the county finance, please confirm.
Yeah, total amount paid, and then that question to reframe what Senator Chirarge asked is that from your perspective, is this a value for money investment?
Yes, it is. And I'm speaking this knowing that, there's the cry of creation of employment. And if you look at our county, our CIDP, there was a general demand by the farmers for value addition of our produce. And particularly this came from the dairy industry, macadamia, avocado, and coffee, where farmers were saying, can you please ensure that within these 5 years we get into some form of value addition, so that we are not selling our farm produce in its raw form. And so that's why when the idea came and the national government was willing to partner with county governments, let me admit that I was among the first governors to embrace the idea wholeheartedly, because I saw an opportunity, knowing that this was something that I had, had a conversation with the people of Embu County. So yes, I want to admit that those that embrace the idea quickly are beginning to see some light at the end of the tunnel. It's been a journey, and of course, people are also reluctant about our part contribution, and there were challenges. But those that embraced it, we've moved on. About 11 counties are now headed towards completion. And the beauty with it is that the national government has also decided that they will run with these 11 counties so that at least they make sure we operationalize so that there can be seen to be some real output and real impact with the first 11 counties as the others continue to implement theirs. I know there's some money also that has been provided for the other counties that are not yet received their 250 from national government. So yes, there's value for money, I can say that.
So you are now on what percentage completion?
As we are at 88%. And actually we should have completed, it's just
does that tie with the amounts paid? Because the amounts paid were putting you at almost 93%.
That's why I wanted them to confirm, because to my understanding, I think we have less than that remaining.
Yeah, CEO, maybe just the number.
Yes, I want to confirm that as at in June 2025, we paid 416 million.
468.
416.
416.
Yes.
So that puts it at almost 90% in terms of the certification.
True.
So when is the expected completion date as per contract? Because the reason why I'm asking this, for us to frame our recommendation, because we'd also be happy to come and see a successful industrial park. The rest of your colleagues, more than half of them, have got fairly negative vibes about this. We'd be happy to come and see one that is functional, that can act as a test case for the others.
When you visit, you should visit Meru. Meru is at 99% complete, actually. They're actually done. It's now operationalization.
So you are at 90%. By when can we visit and see an industrial park in action?
In action, I'm not able to tell you right away, because what we are at the stage where now we gave out the value chains, and we have developed our value chains and come up with investment plans that we've been developing between ourselves and the national government. Now, the national government is currently planning on how we can get the equipment that we need, where we want to do it ourselves or help small business people to come and do value addition, common user facility. They are willing to help us with the equipment for that.
So Governor, for the 500 million, as per that contract, when is it supposed to be delivered? Before we go into the value chains?
We should be completely done in another 2, maximum 3 months, because what's remaining are really exterior works, and there was a whole issue around waste management that hadn't been properly thought through, and that's what also is holding us a little. But we have been, people who are interested. We have had investor meetings that have been guided through the national government, and we have people very willing to come and start off. In fact, I've signed an MOU with a Chinese company also that wants to come and start off as soon as possible.
So I think, members, this would be a good project to visit.
And Kirinyaga, I think, is even ahead of us in terms of real investors, because I know I think the avocado value chain has somebody already at their industrial park. So yeah, there are a few success stories. We are not yet fully operational, but I believe by mid this year, a lot of these industrial parks will be at least operational.
Fine. So yeah. Members, the issue here was the documentation to support the expenditure. I think we have agreed on how that should be dealt with. We will make recommendations for you to fast track completion, and for us also to come and visit. So we can move on to the next issue, which is undisclosed account payables. There was an issue here.
Thank you, Chair. Undisclosed account payables, that issue was not addressed. I wish to prosecute. The statement of financial position reflects current liabilities balance totaling Kenya shillings 1,722,877,451. However, the balance excludes a liability in respect to transfers from special purpose account amount of Kenya shillings 10,167,300, which was borrowed from the special purpose account but was not refunded back to the account. Further, the payables have been classified as current liabilities. However, review of the payment plan forwarded to the Controller of Budget showed that the payables totaling to Kenya shillings 1,429,250,047 were to be settled between the financial years 2026-2027 to 2032-2033, 6 years financial period, which should have been classified as long-term liability. In the circumstances, the accuracy and completeness of the current liabilities balance of Kenya shillings 1,722,877,451 could not be confirmed. I submit.
Governor.
The schedules provided to support the figure 1,429,250,047 payable between 2026-27 to 2032-2033, a 6 years financial period, which should have been classified as non-current liabilities. The observation has been considered and shall be implemented in future reports, while the 10,167,300 was not a borrowing but an inter-account transfer, which was appropriately journalized and authorized. And there's a journal entry in Appendix 2A, Roman 2A.
So there are two issues there. Auditor General, could you tell us your assessment of Appendix 2A and that response by the Governor?
Chair, for the second portion on the issue of the non-current liability, that one can be carried, will be considered in the financial year 2025-26. However, the 10 million, the way it was accounted for, because it is still in their books. One book is showing a receivable while the other one is showing none. It's up to them to do the reconciliation, Chair.
Now let's speak in English. You have said 10 million was borrowed from the special purpose account but was not refunded back.
Yes, Chair. And in the account, it's showing as a liability, a debt. But in the executive, it has not been disclosed.
So what is the essence of Appendix 2A? What are you trying to demonstrate with that journal entry? I mean, it can be a piece of paper that was run in River Road. Can you explain it?
Thank you, Chair. Through the Governor, this was a transfer from one special purpose account to the recurrent account. The figure in our financials that indicated the amount transferred from the CRF, this was erroneously included there.
Oh, wait a minute. Don't confuse us. In this JV, you are debiting the KIPE account with 10.1 million, isn't it?
Yes.
And crediting your recurrent account with the same amount.
Oh, yes.
Where is the entry where you have credited the KIPE's account with a similar amount to confirm that the amount was refunded? Because this JV just confirms what the Auditor General has said. Where is the entry that brought the money back?
Chairman, what we are clarifying is we are dealing with the end of financial year, and we are saying that as that end of financial year, that inter borrowing was not refunded, and in our financial statement,
that is what you need
yes,
to either demonstrate or you say we agree with the Auditor General and therefore we make recommendations?
Because it was in borrowing, to collect that, we will do contra entry.
No, this is not a JV. This is not just a JV. This is cash moving from a special purpose account to which the monies deposited are monies appropriated by the Senate. KIPES is a conditional grant. And part of the conditions is for you to open a special purpose account, just like FLOCA. Now, what you guys are doing is that when you run out of cash, you go and raid FLOCA, you go and raid KIPES, you go and raid KDSP. And this is a classic example.
And what will happen is, after we cross the year...
Isn't that, haven't I described the problem here?
You are right.
Is it legal?
It is borrowing. That is part of cash management.
No, it is not cash management. When we are approving money that goes to counties, KIPES is a specific column. And part of the conditions is that we shall open a special purpose account. And that special purpose account, you can't tell us that because you have run out of money for mandazis, let's go and pick from KIPES. We shall return on the day we have money for mandazis. It can't be like that. It can't be argued using accountant speak. Governor, you see the folly here. If this was FLOCA, you would have been suspended from the program. They've suspended Nyamira, they've suspended Kajiado, they've suspended Kakamega for this thing that you are casually describing as inter-account borrowing. Senator Adulo.
Chair, I don't know whether CEO listened to the auditor because he was trying to explain something else. She specifically said reconciliations were not done. Maybe what we need to know from him, have they tried to reconcile those figures? Because she was specific when she said the county has not done reconciliation. But he's trying to explain borrowing from here, borrowing from there, and all that. Can he tell us what he has done as far as reconciliation, as the auditor said, is explained?
Auditor?
Thank you, Chair. This paragraph has two issues. The first, reconciliation on the issue of classifying the liabilities has been done into the non-current and the current liabilities. The second bit, which is the first paragraph here, the county borrowed 10 million from KIPE, which is a special purpose, specific project for utilizing that money. However, at the time of audit, this 10 million had not been refunded back to that special account. The borrowing itself, first of all, it was illegal because they ought to have gotten that money from the COB.
So, can we address ourselves with that, Senator?
I think, Chair, that is where the crux of the matter is. Governor, you have told us that your farmers are waiting for this industrial park. How can it be the way the chair has put it, that you can read that account to finance Mandazi? That's the words that he has used.
We didn't finance Mandazi. That is quite simplistic.
I was just borrowing the chair's mouth.
Mandazi will pay with our pockets.
You credited the Embu County recurrent account.
Yeah.
And when I was in the world of finance, JVs had narrations. So there is no narration on this. So it is upon us to make any conclusion for that kind of transfer. Proceed, Senator Sifuna.
Yeah, thank you for the protection. You know, she had said she would not harass me, but without you, very safe. So that is the crux of the matter. If your officer there has acknowledged that there was a problem and the auditor has properly classified it as an illegality, then, Governor, you have an explanation to give the people of Embu. How is it possible that money meant to build an industrial park is being used to finance Mandazi?
This money was actually retention money for the KIPE because it stayed within the SPA account. So we did not touch on the money meant to develop the KIPE. And I think it is very, very important that that goes out, because if that was the case, Chair, I would not be number 2 in the county in implementation of KIPE. If indeed we were...
Governor, I hear you.
I
hear you.
Yeah.
You're a good politician, you are good in building the vision and painting the picture. But accounts, it is the numbers that matter. Movement of cash, it is what you debit and what you credit. So just pause a bit on the big picture. Let's first deal with the details. The auditors called it an illegality. But the auditors also said you should have refunded it. So even if you were to close our eyes to the illegality, was there an entry to refund the money?
The finance officer says that there was plan to refund this money this
There was a
quarter.
plan.
It was supposed to be refunded. There was no way they were not going to refund, but they delayed the refunding. But we are going to make sure it happens
When was the JV raised, transferring the money?
Can you explain? And assure that you are refunding, please.
Officer? Officer, I thought I'm seeing the date here. Why is it taking you long?
This was the date for borrowing.
That was the date for borrowing?
Yes.
Which was?
May.
21st of May?
May, yes.
So when did you intend to refund it?
We were to refund by the close of the year, the same year, June.
Which should have been captured in this financial statement?
Yes, but unfortunately we were not able.
And what did you use this money for, now that you're disputing the Mandazi analogy?
No, we are saying...
So what was the money used for? When you move it to the Embu County recurrent account, what kind of debits do you do there?
Maybe I cannot be able to recall now, but...
No. Broadly speaking, what kind of withdrawals do you make from the recurrent account? Is it operations? Is it development?
Explain.
Is it salaries?
Let me explain. Chair, around the month of June, we had what we were calling a Buddha Buddha Summit, where we were launching the Buddha Buddha Circle. And he came and told me, we have no money. There's no money yet. There's a delayed exchequer, and the summit was here. And this money we had undertaken to give to the circles. So part of that money went to the circles, and therefore should be refunded in this financial year.
Members, between this and the housewarming,
because there was a delay.
Which one is a bigger sin?
Chair, I think this is worse. But,
this is worse.
The clarification I needed is 21st of May of which year? 2024? Or this year, last year?
2025.
2025?
Yes.
Governor, how many exchequer releases have you received since that time? And you don't seem bothered that you need to refund this bill.
Governor, just 1 minute. We appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, I don't like lying, because you see, if the money didn't go to my pocket,
you actually don't have a choice.
Then I have no reason.
Are you not under oath? And you have been appearing
but people lie under oath, Senator Sifuna.
No.
We've seen people mislead this house under oath. I've been here and I've seen us misled even by somebody under oath.
Chair, the only clarification I want to make, Governor should not feel like honesty in the House of Parliament is a favor you're doing at.
No, I'm not doing a favor. I'm doing what I should say.
You're not special. You are under oath and you have an obligation constitutionally to tell the truth.
But that is exactly what I've done. Are you disappointed that I talked the truth?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying you cannot
claim it.
He
looks like he's disappointed that I
cannot claim it as a badge of honor. You are expected to tell the truth.
Order.
It's an honor to give you the truth,
please, don't claim it as a badge of honor. You are expected to tell the truth. You are under oath.
But I didn't do so. It is you who is saying so.
Governor,
I didn't say so.
Could you address Senator Sifuna through the chair?
Now he's harassing me.
No. I will make that determination. If I feel
he's now harassing me.
You are harassing the chair by talking when the chair is talking. Please listen to me. I started by appreciating your honesty.
Thank you.
Because other people would have claimed that the money went into general budget support. You have made our work easy. That you raided the KIPES account to finance a border function. And that honesty is important. And members, for us, now it is upon us to make our determination and to make our recommendation. Just 2 days ago, we had a similar case where they raided the deposits account to finance a housewarming for the Speaker's residence. So, I mean, it's just same thing, maybe different flavors. I think, members, let us make a determination on this. The ruling that we gave 2 days ago must be the ruling that we give on this, on the illegality, and the fact that such borrowings cannot be accepted, particularly if it's money that came through the hands of the Senate, because we know KIPES and we know the fight that has been there. We know the fight that we have put up so that that money is not withdrawn at the center. So I don't think any protracted argument is going to change the facts. It was an illegality. It was to be refunded. But even that refund would not cure the illegality. That refund was not done. But now we have an idea on what the money did. It was not for Mandazi, it was for borders.
But Chair, that clarity on, because we are aware how many exchequer releases have gone to Embu County since May of 2025. We need an explanation as to why refunding this money to KIPES is not a priority, including, Chair, when we were in Mombasa just recently, the Treasury showed us a disbursement schedule, and I believe there was money that was released to Embu County this month. So how is it not a priority to refund something? And it is you've already broken the law. You are not in any hurry to repair the damage that has been done from a legal perspective.
So Governor, perhaps it would be neater, either you or your officers, now that the refund has not been done, to give us some commitment to which we can hold you accountable.
Chair, I'm promising you with the release that we have right now, because there's some release that came, we are going to fully refund the 10 million.
Okay. So then members, as we are doing our report and sending Chair, our report to the House, will determine what to do with the illegalities.
Chair, also, we realized that it was an illegality, and I want to promise that going forward, that is not going to happen again in Embu County. It's the first time we did it, I think under immense pressure, but we will never do it again.
I think that's good.
I want to promise that going forward.
No, it's that's good enough in terms of a submission. We will, when we are writing our report, we will determine what to do with that illegality.
Chair, there is a difference between somebody who breaks the law, not knowing that they are breaking the law, but somebody who knows this is illegal and they go and do it, and then they come and tell us here stories about honesty. Those ones must be subjected to even more severe punishment than the people who do break the law out of ignorance of the law. These are those criminals who know they are breaking the law. These ones, remember.
The power is in our hands.
They say ignorance of the law is no excuse.
The power is in our hands, honorable senators, and that is why I said today we are not doing an audit. Today we are establishing the facts so that we can recommend the action that must be taken. Senator Mundigi.
Yeah. Yangu ni kusema mnajua saini saa 7 ni wakati wa njaa imeingia. Sasa rafiki yangu ako juu, gavana ako juu. Mimi naomba dialogue.
Mimi siko juu.
Sawa. Mimi naomba dialogue kwa sababu gavana wamekubali pesa ilitumika na ni makosa imepatikana. Ile kitu muhimu katika ulimwengu